I think I'm first, but surely finish last. Last. Boom, boom. Cause day and night, the baloney stoners.
Alright. Seeing as I could keep rotting my brain, or or listen to some good music, as in some horrible music, as in good music, then I will. Also, this is cranberry juice, cranberry grape. It's not actually wine. I ain't never gonna touch that shit. Anyways, I'm gonna listen to Prurient today or today. It's 12:30 in the morning. Gonna be a little bit quieter. Um, on the physical um, edition of this, I don't know if it's CD or vinyl, if it's both, one of them. But it says you should listen to this at night when snow's falling, staring at a street lamp, and in the dark. And well, I happen to be in pretty much the right condition for that. It's winter here where I'm at. It's middle end of February. At least where I am now, tends to be when winter hits us the hardest. It is almost 1 in the morning. It's not snowing currently, but we get hit with a big storm. The other day or so, past couple days. So there's a lot of snow out there. It's brutally cold. Damn, like holy shit. I go outside today, and holy shit, like I was getting like frostbite in like minutes. It was pretty bad. Super strong winds. Constant, like just not lighting up when you're trying to run against that, and you got fucking acid reflux and in your throat from these super spicy Korean noodles you had before, and it's all all this mucus from like from the cold. Like, oh my god, it's horrible. And I do live across the street from some apartment buildings, so I do have some horrible light always shining in my windows, which is great. So what I'm gonna do I'm gonna actually turn my light off. Hopefully this well, it's a white album cover, so honestly, it should be okay. It should be okay for light. 1 second here. I'm gonna turn this off. That is off. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let me just open these curtains too. I want to make sure the mood is right and stuff. Seeing as I have the opportunity, Jesus. Seeing as I have the opportunity to capitalize on this, I will. Sure, I can leave that there. Whatever. All right. My curtains happen to be right beside me, so I don't gotta walk too far. It's a nice view, especially when I'm doing like like the keyboard or something back there. Anyways, all right. Actually, this lighting isn't that bad. Actually, I'm surprised how good this is. All right. I'm gonna get this done. I'm probably gonna go to bed. So, I realize I haven't been really doing much experimental music lately. I've been wanting to for a while. I like always. I kind of I do my music. The music I cover on the channel. It's just based on what I'm currently listening to. So I'm in and out of a lot of phases. So that kind of has a big effect on the kind of stuff I cover, right? So it's a bit too much. I don't know why YouTube always has weird things on the side. Anyways, yeah. So like, I haven't done really anything too experimental in a long time. And besides this, which I guess counts, I mean more like noise music, and like if it'd probably be Coil, if anything. Before that, there is this, and this one has no sound because I'm an idiot. Also, this one, that one has sound though. But yeah, I need to get back to doing more noise stuff. It's a rabbit hole I keep, like, I'm on the tip of it a lot. Like, I start to go down it, then I don't, and then I just need to get my shit together. I always, like, have these times where, like, I start to, like, learn about it, and then I'll listen to, like, an album maybe, and then, like, put a whole bunch of stuff in the back burner. So I'm gonna actually listen to this tonight. I know this album's a big deal. It is arguably, I think it is Prurient's best album. It's released when it came out, I think. Still, I don't know, I'm yapping a bit too much, I'm sorry. Before I press play, I have heard the first 2 tracks before, and as you heard it for a second, the first track is pretty tough on the high frequency abuse, so if you need to turn your volume down, go ahead. Because I'm using headphones, I will do it a little bit. This is the only stuff I will actually, like, put really quiet if I have to, when I'm viewing it, because I don't want to hurt my ears either. So here we go. Track 1, Myth of Building Bridges. I'm gonna need more, not wine. Actually, it's no, I was gonna say surprisingly not as bad as I thought it'd be in headphones. It is. I think this would be better through, like, good speakers, but I can't. I don't review through my speakers. I need to be blasting it. That wouldn't go good for the microphone. So, you know. And plus I can hear things better. And besides the high frequency, which I'm not liking, I can't feel it, but, like, I can, like, usually with sound, I can feel when it's too loud. I can feel the sound hitting my ears. I can't, but I can feel the pain. I know it's too much for it. There we go. So, besides that actual aspect, I do like it. I like it. It's like, almost like my ears were popping. I like the kind of like the radio kind of feel it has. Oh man, I don't like this. I'm not a fan of this. I mean, I am, but I'm not. This would really depend. Like, if I had some good speakers and had, like, you know, a little bass boosted, just a little bit. And any good speakers have, like, I'm gonna say more bass, but never mind. You need good speakers to have any kind of bass. And through some good speakers where obviously the highs are going to be a little bit, you know, trimmed, or at least drowned out by the bass it's going to have, it would be quite a better listening experience. But direct weight headphones, not great. This is I'm like one of the other sounds too, like the thick scraping on the guitars. making sense. It's a good track, although painful. You know, it does kind of remind me of like Frostbite. That like tingly feeling, you know? In like a sonic form. Which I'm sure is what he was going for. Ah, man. I think there's lyrics to this song, but oh, no comments for me. I do know that the lyrics on this album, I've heard bits and pieces like a video essay. Through a video essay, I've heard some bits and pieces, and I do know that the vocals are so drenched in like noise and distortion that there's some parts where you might not even know they're saying things, you might think it's like a synth or something. So I don't know if there's been vocals yet. Excuse me, sorry. Or later in the song, but so far I haven't heard anything. So it's just been like this atmosphere building, and I could do with a little less atmosphere, just a little. Like I get it. I feel like this song could be a little shorter. There's the lyrics. No, I can't. I have to have it louder to hear what he's saying, and I can't. I'm sorry. After this track is over, I'll put the volume back up, but like, oof. As much as I want to listen to it, I do want to protect my hearing as well, so. I hit them. Did I peak my mic? Damn. Usually I have problems not being loud enough, so that's cool. It's good, I guess. Huh. Cool. Yeah, the only complaint I really have is that, I mean, who am I to say how to properly mix noise music, but, I think it can have, like, this high-pitched stuff, but, like, tone down the high frequencies, so it's not as painful. But I assume the pain is on purpose. I mean, I assume it's supposed to mimic Frostbite, so you'd want to be just a little painful. But, I feel like you could have, if you tone down the high frequencies, you could be able to play it louder, and then the music would have a greater effect. Other than that, it could be shorter. But, that's about it, to be honest. Nothing nothing really too much to complain about, only those two things, but they do really impact it quite a lot. So it's a good two. it's a good 2 reasons to, you know, not like this. The symbols are unusually clear and crisp. Let me actually turn this up a little bit. I'm gonna turn this up on the OBS end, so you won't see me turn this up, but it is gonna get louder. So, because now that I was doing some sound checks before this, now that I realized that I'm speaking to the mic louder than. Now that I'm speaking to the mic louder than before, I need to make some adjustments on the audio end. It should be fine. Alright, now we'll turn this up a bit. There we go. I have heard this one before too. Other than that, I've heard nothing. And I do like this song, actually. It works strangely well. But the banging has a, well, not just synths, but there it is. It adds like a angsty, industrial kind of quality. However, it adds kind of an angsty industrial quality, but also the synths give it like an angsty, kind of sad, sentimental, but also like a wintry, you know, kind of vibe. So like it's experimental and strange on its surface, but like it really surprisingly is really good at building this atmosphere. Like in concept you wouldn't think it'll work as good as it does, but it definitely works pretty well. The lyrics in the description, probably not. Yeah, no. Damn. I know Prurient, I heard him, again, this video essay I watched about this album, was how I heard about it, at least initially. he was saying that when he first started this album, he wanted it to be acoustic. Which, first off, in the melodies and the synths, I can see, because I can very easily see those being done on acoustic guitar. But he was also saying that when he first started, he had like a guitar, a microphone, and a box of rocks, and like a file cabinet. And I assume this is where the box of rocks and file cabinet comes in. Nice lower synths. Oh, that's an odd sample. Some kind of crowd or something. Where's the quality going? Sorry about that. Huh. Yeah, those drums are oddly clear. Especially compared to the banging before. I think would have been better to have the drums overblown and distorted as well. You probably have to like mix the cymbals differently. You probably have to put like less distortion on the cymbals, or at least less like reverb or something. They ring out too much, or sustain or whatever. All right. A sorrow with a braid. Oh boy. I'm liking this so far. It's a tiny bit boring, but it's also like, you know, super early in. I'm liking the it's kind of it's different texture now, but before it was almost like it's not folding in on itself, but it was almost sort of like, it's a good like fluttery. More lyrics. I think those are words. Yeah, I think those are words. Ah, yes, I think those are words. I think those are the lyrics in the song. That brash wall of shit. When I used to go to my local music store a couple years back, when I was buying all my CDs initially, which I haven't bought any in a while, a couple years, they had a very small like noise section. I was very surprised they had any. They actually a bunch of good stuff. They had like Mersville, I have some Mersville CDs. I have some Nurse with Wound CDs. And they had this album there. I didn't get it. And interesting. Yeah, I might regret that decision. I don't know. I mean, probably still be there. It's been like 3 or 4 years, I think. And when I went there the first time, like, probably close to like 6 years ago now, they had like every Swans album there. So I bought every Swans album there. It was hundreds of dollars. And, yeah, it's been like 6 years. They have not restocked anything. That shelf stayed empty. And when I got the new album, I got it. No one else did. And so maybe this will be there when I go back, if I do. I might. There have been some albums I've been meaning to get. Yeah, this is 9 years ago? Well, at least 9, it could be. If the YouTube uploads, these things are kind of weird. I thought it was way more recent. Like, maybe like 5 or something. Almost 10 years is crazy. Actually, no, because I assumed it was like late 2000s and it's literally 2025, so it's like 2 years off. I didn't like that one too much. I am. Just assume it's gonna loop for fucking the entire 3 minutes. I'm already liking this one. Again, you have this for like... I've heard cold music before, surprisingly. I think, strangely enough, Kanye's 808s and Heartbreak does count. And Electro Spectre, this vaporwave guy, did cold music, and like... I'm surprised you can make cold music in like an abstract concept as specific as that. I'm surprised you can tackle cold music in so many of these different ways and it still come across like cold music. These screams are also really interesting. They're very like metal, like, I mean they're just screams, but like excuse me. I always associate screams with metal, so it's just weird seeing it like this completely other context. Like, it strangely works. Like some of the screaming I have heard really has kind of surprised me. Like Prurient and not Pharmacon, something like that. Her screams are also just insane. I was actually talking to one of my friends today
I'll make a deal with you.
Oh?
The angel never attacks. You die first. Go towards the light.
I was talking to someone today and they mentioned that, like, apparently girls heard, like, this kind of screaming.
The angel never attacks. You die first. Go towards the light.
Apparently, females are better for that kind of stuff. Like, I think it's Titania from Ginger, I think. Like that, these kinds of screams. Apparently, just biologically, I guess females are more suited for that kind of stuff. Apparently. Traditional snowfall. This is reminding me of the kind of distortions you hear like MS-DOS, like horror games, like there's like a very specific, like, I don't know if it's MS-DOS, but like it's a very like old computer voice that's being used recently, past couple years for like 8-bit horror games, and like it reminds me of that a bit. I think Faith chapters, Faith chapter 1, 2, whatever, they used it a lot. That's when I first heard it. Man, those high frequencies. I don't exactly like this one. Ooh. And let me hold on just really quickly, because I already kind of forgot. I mean, good mood, but it's just too samey. Much of the same thing. And at least track for track, the track flow is I don't know, not exactly there. I like that crunchy yeah, I assume it's a synth, but I'm hearing it like a bass drum or something. Kind of both. I'm not liking this album so far as much as I thought I would. Also, the tracks seem very disjointed from each other, but also they don't. They're very different sounds, but like I guess the theme is still there? I don't know, it's hard to... They're using the same, like, few techniques, like the high frequencies, the death growly screams, the cult synths, the same types of distorted synths, and you have these like 4 or 5 pieces that, yeah, it's saying like 4 or 5 pieces, but they're using those 4 or 5 pieces in a lot of different ways, so they sound alike because they're using the same things, but also they're not really. They're using wildly different versions of these same things. Ah. 5 minutes, huh? I feel like these tracks overstay their welcome a little bit. I feel like these tracks could have more punch and more power if they if there's a bit more variety, so they weren't being played so long, or cut down a little bit. I'm liking this one already, which I say every time, and they overstay their welcome. Yeah, I'm not like against long songs. Like, you gotta remember, like I like Tool, I like Dream Theater, I like Swans, you know, like I like other shit like this, you know, like I listen to some Mersbo, some Pharmacon or whatever, you know, like I'm okay with noise for big time, but at the same time, you know, the noise is a little more tolerable to listen to. It's doing interesting things. The textures are more interesting, more intricate. You know, there's just more to the noise. These seem a little one-dimensional. And this one, honestly, good start. I don't know if this would be a better opening track, but it's something like it feels immersive in like a very like inviting way, you know. Like God, I have some on my face. I'm sorry. The hell? It's weird. Oh man, that's super annoying. Give me a second. Give me a second. I don't have a where's my... What? I don't have a pause button anymore? What the fuck? Where's my pause button? Oh man, that is so uncool. Oh man. Oh man, what is this? What the hell? God, this is super not cool. God damn it, OBS, take away my pause button. I had something like poking my nose. It was really irritating. I think it's still there, to be honest. It is. Oh my god. Anyways, this is what I was talking about actually earlier. Very inviting, very nuanced in its sound, and it's a very powerful sound. You know what I mean? Like, especially with these, you know, any of these not really tribal drum hits, but like kind of. They feel tribal. And it's just big, like, you know, wave of, like, you know, honestly, I wouldn't mind if they creep into some crazy distortion this last half. I'd put it on par with Dragonflies. I mean, it's already good. And for 7 minutes, you know, it's good, it's very enough. I don't mind it for 7 minutes. But it'd be even cooler if it progressed to like a very noisy outro. Which I don't know if it's gonna do, to be honest. Oh. We are getting some kind of evolution here. Those toms are so out of place. Whoops. I wish the drums on this album weren't so clean. They just feel like so out of place because of how clean they are. It's weird. Like they really grab your attention and kind of, at least in this song, it kind of took me out of the experience pretty fast. Let's back up a bit here, there we go, it's fine. So these drums are fine. This is fine right here. Oh. It's actually not too bad. Already been 40 minutes, jeez. Really? 10. Oh, like, I guess so, damn. It really adds up. That's only track 6. Jesus. So I think, like, oh, it's been like a few tracks, you know, 5 minutes each, but like, yeah, that would be 40 minutes. Damn. Alright. I think poinsettia is a flower, I think. I'm not too sure. Let's get rid of this. There we go, that's better. I like that. There we go. Let's also resize this again. That's a super trippy vocal effect. We like tick, like weird clicking too. It's more like tapping, but like. Yeah, like I like noise music, but like I'm not totally aware of like the subgenres and stuff, but like whatever this like high frequency bass stuff is called, not exactly for me, no. I'm good. Some of it's fine, like that's okay. It depends on how the frequencies are mixed. More lyrics. I didn't like that last one.
How the sun for you.
I like that. That was a good like kind of shink swish sound. Nice atmosphere too.
How the sun for you.
Whoops. Damn. God, what's on my face? Jesus. Nice bass. Nice wub wub. Yeah, sure. I like it. I'll listen to this again. Nice atmosphere. Nice little synth-wavy synth. I'm liking this. It's cold, but like I said before, it's also kind of like, you know, sad, and solemn, and melancholic. And I like that a lot. It's definitely good for, like, you know, staring out your window in the winter and kind of reflecting and stuff, you know, reflecting and stuff, you know, thinking about shit. And the synthwavy kind of synths give it like a, not like an urgency, but like a little bit like a serious tone to it.
I watched the trees fall. On the white rocks.
Those are some interesting sounds. Huh. Cool. Very cool. Alright, next one is wildflowers. Long hair with stocking cap. As like loud and abrasive a noise this is, it seems like it's more like confined. Oh, that was it? Oh, let me get that again. Yeah, I like this one too. Squeezes in my brain. Right, Green Point, and there's the acoustic guitars for the first time on this album, which was supposed to be acoustic guitar bass. And when you look at that, we're actually more than halfway through. This middle part flew right by. I'm liking these guitars though. A guitar, but it could be one, but I think it's two. I don't know. Those synths too, they just kind of come up out of nowhere. It's a slow fade in, but like they're so like spacey. They feel like so distant. Oh yeah. I mean, it's a 10-minute song. I hope it doesn't really change too much. But I hope it doesn't fuck it up, because this is already really good, and I really want to save it. But like, I gotta see. It's too early. See, this is one I'd be okay with lasting for like 10 minutes. But it seems like it's gonna do some other stuff. So again, we'll see. This is nice. Very hypnotic in a way. Less hypnotic, more like trance-inducing. Ooh. Making those synths. I'm used like squiggly kind of a squelchy synths on top. Spiky. I don't know. Yeah, like, oh man, I don't want to jump the gun, but like, this is really good. The best of the album. Oh, sorry, you sure it was fine. liking these. Kind of snarly, kind of distortion. Growly almost. Like we're in a fully new section, but those seats in the back, those spacey things are still there. It's a nice like glue to keep this whole song kind of together and unified. It's a nice like it's like a subconscious little, it's like a subconscious lead, almost like it kind of keeps you on this journey, this nice streamline. Just doing all this other stuff like on top of it, which is really cool. It kind of reminds me of how like Radiohead with How to Disappear Completely in that song. Kind of did a similar thing with the strings. Yeah, man, I this is good shit. This is good shit. Good shit. Well,
you just want to disappear.
That disappear completely, of course.
You're an honest to God alcoholic. Waking up again in Beth Israel. You left your mother's ashes in his apartment. He can't sleep at night. And wants me to take them. What should I do with them? Should I scatter them in the East River? I remember you talked about that. The East River isn't romantic anymore.
Sorry, I'm tapping my mic.
That's where the suicides go.
Didn't think I'd pick that up.
Maybe that's what you want in the end. To mix together and reunited with your mother.
Yeah, these lyrics here are interesting, yeah.
Didn't you hear they found titanium in the ocean? Around Sheepshead Bay where it's hard to breathe.
He's talking to his dead mother or something.
They're wearing masks. Some even take off their clothes. Cover their mouths with conch shells.
It's like he's like,
They say they just
the
do it
music
to
is like his
God.
mindset, he's like reflecting, right? Like meditating, and you see it's pinpointed, right? I think he's talking to a specific person, he's talking about specific things,
Your cheekbones soak in like
but
jellyfish.
it's scripted
Slide it
in a very specific way,
Your teeth
and the vocals are so like not the point of the mix, they're kind of far back, that it's okay. Because my problem with like certain like meditative songs with lyrics is, if you want to make a meditative song, your lyrics should be more open-ended. They can't be like pinpointed, because you can't be offering the person, the listener, to think on their own and be telling them like very specific stuff that you're going through as a musician or something. Like it's like you talk about an experience, like that's totally fine. There's a lot of songs like that, most music is venting in some way or form, especially like metal, and I feel like for noise too, that might be like a big thing. But if you're offering, the listener to think and reflect, you need to have it be open-ended. Can't be too specific. That's the problem I had with Russian Roulette off of Porter Robinson, Smile. It was a very good song, but the lyrics are very too specific. And if you don't have like his exact life, it's not gonna be relatable. But it's like, I don't know. At least with that album, it wasn't supposed to be relatable. It was supposed to be like, you know, an album for himself. Like he was making music he wanted to make and that kind of stuff, you know. I get it. But at the same time, you know, the listener does matter to an extent. Like, I can respect it. I wouldn't like... It does ruin the listening experience a little bit. At least with a song like that, because the lyrics are definitely like at the front, like they want you to pay attention to the lyrics, and it's a bit too, you know, forceful in both directions. I'm liking a lot of the synth works too, like. Excuse me. There's a lot of like, you know, super nice texture stuff. You know, these like, you know, cascading synths and these like bassy synths. It's just very like, you know, futuristic in a way. Reminds me. Well, I won't say it's futuristic, but like reminds me of like some other futuristic stuff. Again, it's that kind of like, you know, welcome immersion, or very like inviting immersion, better word to choose. It's weird, I can kind of like sense when the songs are done. Not by sound, just like feeling. And yeah, like, I think it's been about 10 minutes. Yeah, pretty much. Same thing with a few other songs. Alright, next song is Lives Torn Apart, NYC. I don't really like how this one is mixed already. Synths feel like the mids are scooped. Well, actually, I don't know what exactly that means. I'll say it's more like they're scooped down. Like it's because of the synths are more bassy and treble oriented. And it's not too pleasing. Like to go from a song like Greenpoint where everything was so, you know, harmoniously, you know, like layered and felt like one larger than life thing. Not larger than life, but like, you know, it felt like one, you know, piece. And it goes to a song like this where like every piece is so separated. It's I mean, if intentional, cool mixing decision, I guess, but like. Interesting lyrics. Completely separate from the song, I do like the drums. They almost feel like they're like homemade or something. I'm like always out of frame. Ugh. I want to lean one way, but I can't. weird how he says that. He turned water into wine. Never again. Don't do that again. Huh. Yeah, I'm not liking this one. Like, there's not much I can say. It's just like there's good noise and bad noise. There's noise I like and noise I don't. There's noise that's abrasive I like, and noise that's pleasant that I don't. It's just, you know, just depends on the noise, you know. Just how like a song can be catchy or not catchy, you know. I feel like some noise can be like, you know, just the frequencies, you know, and texture and all that can be like pleasant or not pleasant, or, you know, ear grabbing or not, in like the same kind of ways. Frozen Niagara Falls, portion 1. Excuse me. I was falling asleep to this song also last night. Really liked it. Kind of like a horror movie kind of atmosphere, but I heard that album was really long. I might do that album, I don't know. I have a, like, I feel like an album's gonna be like all this long, arduous, you know, thing I gotta do. And once I'm in it, like, it doesn't, you know, it flies by pretty fast, but there's been some other long form music I wanted to do for a while. I do way before that, like a lot of Swans stuff I've been wanting to do on the channel, and Dream Theater and stuff. Like, you know, 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence, and, you know, because there's a bunch of albums that I know I like, but I haven't listened to in years, and I'd like to revisit them on the channel, like Swans, most of Swans' discography. And with the lack of Swans reactions, that'd be pretty cool. But I'd want to, I'd really want to make those good videos, so I might wait a little bit until I'm a bit more confident in my, you know, setup and all that, you know. I heard that Jira actually knows who Anthony Fantano is. That made me all self-conscious. Like, oh, maybe he's seen my horrible review on Niagara, where I was talking about how like how like he's aged in his voice, and I feel like I didn't do it too well, and it may have came off a little rude. I was trying to say, like, you know, his voice is aged on certain songs that works and certain songs that doesn't. You can like tell that his voice is aged. But other songs it works quite well. He's really good at that too. And people say he's not the best vocalist. I don't know. He's pretty good. He can fit on like any track pretty seamlessly, and do a lot of different. He sounds like so many different people over the years. His range is really nice, and when he does sing, like, I know people don't like The Burning World, but like Jane Mary is one of my favorite songs from him. At least like the acoustic kind of goth era stuff, and like his deep voice like really makes some of that stuff. That's a weird synth layering here. Sounded like Space Invaders for a second. or like Bosconian or something. I'm not liking this one too much either. I mean, it's alright. Sorry, excuse me. It's not hurting my ears. But also, it's just kind of like... It's boring. It's too... It's mixed in a way. It's composed in a way. It's a little too angry and chaotic to be trance-inducing. But it's also not, like, angry enough and chaotic enough to be, like, you know, angry and chaotic. It's just kind of like a weird middle ground. And yeah, it's kind of samey throughout a lot of this. So like, you know, hold on. What am I at? Okay, so let me see something here. I mean, the sound's alright. It's just a little. Again, I thought this could have been like a. I don't know. Songs like this could be like super long or super short, and like. It's such a weird feeling. Like, you could have it like I don't understand people that like they prefer shorter songs so they can loop them. Like, why not just make the song longer and, you know, play it like less times? And if the whole point of the song is to be looped, well, then just make the song longer and like purposely relish in that moment more. So stuff like this, it's like, well, yeah, it could be 2 minutes, but it could be like some, like it could be like, you know, 10 minutes, 20, half hour. Like, it really, it's like, I don't know, it's a weird thing to try to explain. It's like it could be short or really long, but like that line of too long is like, it's not even subjective. It's like it's not there. It's like I'd prefer if it's long, but at the same time, it's too long. Long is too long. It's weird. Cocaine daughter. I didn't expect to like this one this much, but because it's basically nothing, but that's why I'm kind of liking it. It's not a boring nothing. It's a nice, calming, soothing. It's not even mellow or like draining. It's just like it's not like it's pulling me down, but it's like such like a. It's like when you're like when you're falling asleep, you're in that like one stage before you're actually asleep, where like you're just barely conscious. You're like kind of floating around, you know? It kind of reminds me of that. Like you're just in such like a deep lull. And you're not quite gone, but you're really kind of falling off that edge of consciousness. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. And these synths too, they're like creeping in. It's really nice. I know Prurient's Prurient. I know they've done like some ambient stuff, some noisy stuff, all that kind of stuff, you know, different types of noise, but like I don't know really the appeal of the high frequency stuff, but like with that said, I think it's much better the atmosphere stuff. I mean, I tend to like that kind of stuff better anyways, so I'm a little biased, but I just think it's when he does do the atmosphere stuff, it's done better. I feel like it's not a question of if I like these things or not, because at least for me, if it's done well, I can like anything. You know, I listen to literally everything. Like, I'll look at like people who listen to everything, quote unquote, and I'll look at the music taste and I'm like, this is like everything in like a very specific field. Let me get this again. You know what? I won't say that the talking brings me out of the trip too much, because it kind of got a bit noisy beforehand, kind of led you in that direction. But yeah, like, I listen to like actually everything. If it's good, I'll listen to it. So, like I said, like if they can tone down some of the high frequencies and they can marry some of the sounds a bit better, because like I said, some of the earlier songs, the synths seem a bit, all the different parts seem a bit disjointed. If you do it the correct way, I can like that kind of stuff. It's just, it's not done a good way. But the atmosphere stuff, he's killing. I like this, like, this wind. It's like harsh wind. I was talking about earlier when I left, so this like harsh, constant, just force. Some rumbling of some kind. I like that. The cut in back to almost nothing, and then the cut back in. Nice. Liking that. Falling mask. I don't know why. But the lyrics are a little cringy to me. It's something about the "I'll meet you there," where it's like it's like disjointed. It's like, feels like its own line, disjointed from the rest of the stuff. I mean, I get like the primal, visceral, you know, like, you know, it's okay to be hungry, hunger, so I get that. I feel like they could have screamed it slightly differently. some of like how he's screaming it feels like disjointed to me. Like, it's the point, yeah, like, you know, it's supposed to be like aggressively, like, you know, in your face about it, but like, I feel like it's a clash in like the intent and the style. Because I feel like I'm liking that already. The vocals on that, they're said like it's very like, you know, not perform. He's just like just screaming at you. But with how they're being screamed, like with the technique, it feels more like a theatrical performance kind of thing. So they have these like two like, yeah, this performance and realism kind of clashing a bit, which was my main problem with the was it Legal like Noda? I think that was her name. The Sooner Get Ready. That was my main problem with that. This clashing of like, you know, sincerity and like, not sincerity, but like it felt insincere because it was talking about very real things and very like, you know, very extra, you know, theatrical way. So it kind of like felt like less serious and thus less sincere. I'm liking this one. I'm hearing that synth in the back. Again, that like nice, like low, you know, spacey synth. Spaceship. Excuse me, synth. So, get some more chords going. It's not just this the entire time. This would be good too. But I prefer the big something. Let's see if this was almost 8 minutes. It's tiring, but like so far, I like the sound texture enough. I can listen for at least a bit. Alright, doing different stuff. Second to last track too, just kind of flew by a bit. I mean, like, sure, it's like a lengthy album, but like, didn't really feel lengthy. Not too much, anyway. Felt lengthy at the beginning, because some of the tracks at the beginning were, I think, a lot of these tracks that were overly long were, I think, more in the first half, so like, I felt longer then, but once things started to be interesting and a bit more well done, it was starting to fly by more. It's almost like crumpling paper. This sounds nice. Liking this. I'm getting tired. Like I said, I'm gonna go to bed after this is done. Jesus. Starting to really feel it. I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs. I clean my ears before I listen to this. I probably shouldn't have. Probably should have kept them dirty. Would have been a nice barrier to some of the sound. Not that this sound is particularly grating, but especially some of the earlier tracks, like, yeah. Apparently this, like a gnat sound too. Kind of crystal flies in, kinda interesting. Yeah, the video essay I watched by Codex, definitely watch that. It's a good video essay about this album. It was mentioned the last song was pretty heavy, so sorry, excuse me. Wonder if I feel the same way here. I want to see something again. I want to get the progression of it. Ugh. Sorry. I think this album's like a I don't know. Or like I'll have to wait for the last track, but probably like around like a 6 for me. If it sucks, maybe a 5. But lots of interesting parts, but also lots of parts that are either boring or just not enjoyable. Yeah, a little unnecessary for to do this one. Kind of fizzles out pretty quick, so. Alrighty. Those bassy synths are nice. Just gonna come in. Funny how it was meant to be like an acoustic album, and it only had like 2 songs with acoustics on it. Acoustic guitar. Or maybe he meant it was acoustic as in like only like acoustic sounds, like not digital, but like I think they said acoustic guitar. It was the longest song, so and it's the big finale, so to speak, so, you know. Starting out good, hopefully we can kind of keep this up. This looks like an actual base. Oh, that like very quick like ting before these other sounds came in. It's weird because like from the album cover with the leather, but like a slight like weirdly like a western vibe, or not like a western vibe, but like oh man, I don't know, I'm Canadian so I shouldn't know this, but like the, you know, or the native tribal people that like the, you know, snowy areas, you know, not the aboriginals, but I don't think, but like kind of reminds me of that, and the guitar is really kind of matched that too for me. Gives it like a tiny like a folk vibe. How there's like fire burning in the background. Yeah, again, I'm really wanting to save this, but I gotta wait. I don't want to jump the gun. But so far, it's good. It's pretty good. Keep you out of frame, I'm sorry. I don't have a lot of camera space here, really. Nice opening and closing the hi-hat, keeping very slow, kind of, you know. Just kind of, you know, I don't know. Kind of, again, keeping it kind of on that, like, you know, streamline. Fuck it up now. I can always remove things. Oh no, it's gonna stay in this kind of pocket. That's nice. So, at the bottom of the channel, I do have these. A few glitches with YouTube and stuff, you know, there's things that get removed all the time. But, that's supposedly, you know, every song that I've liked ever. So, when I'm adding things to playlists, that's what I'm doing. So, if you ever want to kind of, you know, wonder what kind of music I listen to, not a background check, but almost like everyone like check my qualifications, I guess. Feel free, you know, because I feel like some people might think I don't know what I'm talking about, but like pretty much all I do is listen to music and play music and like consume music and like watch music and like music is like my lifeblood, man. So like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to music, definitely. I don't try to be too opinionated in these videos. I try to be objective. And if I'm saying something's good or bad, it's good or bad. Music has points. Like pop music, like it's pop music. If it ain't catchy, it's trash. Like it just has to be catchy, you know. I think metal music is about like the energy, not necessarily the anger, you know. Like, you know, the music has, you know, underlying points, you know, purposes to them. And if those purposes aren't being met, then they're not being met. And in any genre, even weird shit like this, you can do whatever you want. But if your shit ain't hitting, it's not hitting, you know. You gotta, you know, be able to make, you know, I mean, even noise music can be catchy. You just gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know, like, why. Like, you gotta know how to marry textures. You gotta know, like, how to produce and EQ your stuff. Like, you know. This is a nice song. I don't know about a closer, but so why am I always out of? I don't want to face this way. Ugh. Yeah, it's a nice song. I don't know about a closer. It's a nice atmosphere, but I don't know how to really phrase it. It's a little too separated from some of the other songs. It's like its own weird lane. So like, it's like an outro. It feels like it's like a separate thing. It's not an outro to what came before. It's almost like there's what came before a cut than this other thing. I'm liking that whispering too. It's a nice touch. Almost sounds like the fire is going out. Oh, it's out. You know what? Actually, that is good a closer, I'll say. This, like, the symbolism in that and just like the mood that creates and just everything. That's good. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, I feel it's a good 6 out of 10. That's kind of where I am. There's a lot of good moments, and they're really good moments, but there's also a lot of moments that are equally boring or just not enjoyable in some way or form. And I'm not gonna yap too long on this outro because I got other stuff to do, like make the thumbnail. Shouldn't be too long, but like I also like want to go to bed, have another drink. I got other stuff I want to do when it's already like past 2 in the morning. I should be asleep by now, as in like 5 minutes ago, not like several hours ago, as I should be. But that is that. It is what it is. Yeah. So that's gonna be it for this video. It's gonna be good 6 out of 10. I'm comfortable with that. If you like what I do here, please consider subscribing. I try to cover artists that for whatever reason just kind of get like swept under the rug and kind of forgotten about, So I try to like for whatever reason, artists that that are really good that you might not have heard of, and I shine some spotlights on them. I'll also do like bigger artists from time to time, like Dream Theater here and stuff. Damn, 492. I'll do some bigger artists, that I personally like, like when Dream Theater releases their next album, I'll do that. When Deco 27 releases the next album, I'll do that. Same for Swans, which apparently have an album for early this year, which I'm excited about. So if you want to explore some new music, some good music, interested in music, then subscribe. I really try to oh man, these are old ones. Damn. Other than that, I am releasing my own music eventually. I've just figured out recording, so this is only 1 ear. It's stuck in mono, but I do record my practice sessions from time to time. So now that my audio finally figured out, I'm gonna start doing that more. So if you also want to see me play things, like my keyboard and guitar and drums and bass eventually, I want to work my way up to singing. It's a lot of anxiety, but like I want to do that too. I'm gonna start streaming these a lot more, Other than that, I think that's it. Yeah. When I do release original music, you'll hear about it. I'll make a video about it or something. Subscribe so you don't miss that. That will be released probably not on this channel, but maybe. I do have also this channel. I have mashups I have made, and any other mashups I'll put here. I'm probably gonna rename this, but I will definitely rename it at some point. But any mashups I make will go here. And when I say original music, I mean not mashups. That will go somewhere else. You'll hear about it. That should be hopefully soon. I don't know. I want to do it before the end of the year. I think that's everything I gotta say. I think. Yeah. Sure. I'm tired.